Hello world, today is Friday, June 12th, 2026. It's around 5:15 p.m. and this is another vlog, a 10-minute raw unedited talk about what is like top of mind. And this is actually the third one for today. So I've been doing a lot more of these, and these are really becoming like thinking tools and an extension of my mind, and like a window into my mind, and like a notebook and a notepad and a thinking assistant, right? So I've been at the co-working space all day today and feeling my back like moving, feeling my back stretching, and feeling my legs stretching has been like really good, right? So the thing that I have on my mind that I really wanted to explore and talk about is like psychometrics just like noticing what is characteristics of either mental states or behavioral states or emotional states, and especially in like around like creativity and the act of like creating and learning and thinking. So like for example, like when you're learning to play an instrument or you're playing an instrument, like noticing these things, or when you're working on a computer, or when you're manipulating some things with your hands, working on a robotics project, for example, or you're like the idea of quantifying or measuring and recording mental or humanoid actions, and being able to like notice them and quantify them, measure them, track them. For example, with a camera, or like, and like what I mean is like considering this and like being able to quantify it or like measure it or like describe it in such a way that like you kind of get a spirit of what's happening. And then why that is so interesting to me right now. Why is that so interesting? Why am I talking about it? That is the place where you can notice certain like actions or patterns or something like that is when you really can have a sense of self, like awareness, self-knowledge that's like at a deep level of a pattern that is like that is you. So like if you're playing an instrument or something, or learning to play an instrument, and you're you're present and you do some action, and you, for example, you're playing guitar and you're strumming, and there's like a script, or there's a progression of the whole song. There's a sequence, there's a chorus, there's verse 1, verse 2. Being able to do that from memory, or like learn, or doing it like just from reading, is this captures like our ability to learn new behaviors and new actions, and either do them and be the source of them, be not imitating them or repeating them from some signals or from a script, but from memory. So to me, that's really, really interesting. That's really on my mind, because having the ability to like quantify that and measure that, your behavior, your current mental state, the words you say, the feelings you feel, the things you feel in your body, like if you're able to capture this in a video or an audio and quantify that, then you're really able to have deep insight and knowledge. And with this information, you can have this like self-awareness, and then in like the future, you can be prompted of that, what it felt like to be there in that time. So what I'm describing is like what is like recording yourself performing an action, or like learning a new instrument, or recording yourself if you're learning a new skill, and then you're watching it again. To me, that's so interesting. Why? Okay. So then the next thing is like this allows us to quantify like how we can like behave, how we can learn faster by reducing the gap between like what we know and what we want to learn, reducing that gap intelligently with the right kind of like nudges in the right spaced kind of repetitions and actions. So I'm really imagining and talking about this pattern of this act of deliberate learning, deliberate practice, which can be like really optimized and performed more intelligently with the use of like AI tools like that help you quantify your current level and your desire, and quantify the desired level of certain skills or certain competencies, and those can be measured and they can be practiced. They can be so creating this kind of pattern of a set of apps that allow you to practice these behaviors or these competencies, these skills in a measured way. To me, that's like exciting. Why? Because that allows you to have almost like a vehicle to transform yourself, a learning vehicle. So this is exciting because there's it brings you and reduces the amount of like actions you have to take in order to learn a new topic, learn a new skill, learn a new behavior, learn a new competency. And so the idea is that like if you can visualize like a sci-fi novel or sci-fi action or sci-fi story, imagine having a sci-fi story where a protagonist downloads an app and says, I want to become a master of quantum physics, and then after 12 hours of talking to this video camera or talking to this AI, it like asks you all the right questions and tests you, tests your knowledge, tests your current level of understanding, and intelligently like knows exactly what the things that has to say in order for you to understand this new concept, and then we'll test you by asking you questions that you have to answer verbally, and then it will like determine from your facial expressions, from your audio, tone of voice, and from your content that you say, your level of understanding, and then we'll again this loop recursively like ask you the right questions and test you and check your understanding, and within like 12 hours you are a master at this, and then you're able to like get like pass like a PhD exam or the bar exam or something. So that's what I'm really excited about, is like this idea of like AI apps that like help us, you know, that are like help us learn, master any subject in like record time. And record time, I mean like in the most optimal way. And like I believe that's possible right now, and like and that's exciting, to me. I think like educational ed tech apps are super exciting, and like, and also like another point that I want to bring up is like coaching yourself is like you have to keep getting back up, and resilience, and the word is resilience is really exciting to me, really beautiful, because like it has this word of it has this meaning of like, okay, I haven't made it yet, but I will I believe that the past doesn't determine my future, and that I can try again, and that it is possible that I will attain this or achieve this or accomplish this. So yeah, in closing, this was talk about what would an sci-fi AI superhuman AI learning app look like, and two, like coaching yourself to keep trying to do something hard, and that's like resilience. So thank you for listening, and as always, sending you good thoughts, frequencies, and vibrations, because every thought matters, and may you be free from suffering. Peace.